Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 8A Mentorship Program. The program is actually called 8A MasterMind Mentorship Program. This is a program specifically for 8A firms, and I want to talk to you today about the importance of figuring out how you are going to make sure that you're using your certification and you're consistently winning federal contracts. And our discussion today will be specifically around how to use our 8A mentorship program to start winning contracts before your time runs out. So most of you know me. My name is Michelle Brown. I was your 8A Federal buyer's trainer, and I've been doing this for training in general for all markets for about 14 years, and I love it. But over the years, I have learned that you guys are not getting the help that you need. And so we decided in 2018, just 6 months ago, that we needed to do a serious campaign for teaching 8As how to start winning contracts, providing information that will really help you start winning. So I've worked with, over my career, 8A firms that struggle and 8A firms that are very successful. And I will tell you the challenges for the 8A firms that are struggling is very much the same. You're all experiencing the same issues. And when I say struggling, I mean maybe you've gotten a contract. Most of you have gotten zero. Only 24% of all 8As in this country are actually winning, and that is because they don't know what to do. The second thing is the successful 8A firms that are winning, it's exactly the same for them as well. They're using a strategy, a winning strategy. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes those strategies change over the years. And if no one is developing a program, being more realistic about what's going on out there, you guys are going to miss out on a lot, and you're not going to know what to do. And it's going to be very frustrating. Most of the things that I'm going to talk to you about, you should have known, believe it or not, before you got into the program. But once you got into the program, you should know how to use the tools and resources and be in the mindset that I'm going to talk to you about today. So over the past 6 months, I personally, along with a couple of my other colleagues, have trained more than a few hundred 8A firms struggling to win contracts. So it's not unusual. Again, there's 6,000 of you around the country, and only 24% of the 6,000 is winning. 76% of you are not winning, and that's not good. We should be at a minimum of at least 60% of you guys winning. So this is deeply concerning to me and my team and the company that I work for, FedBiz Exchange. We understand how serious this is, because when our clients are not winning, and if you've come to one of our trainings, you are a client. As a matter of fact, you were invited to this webinar first before we go public because you are a client. You've, gone to one of our trainings, or you've purchased a service from us. So we're telling you guys about this mentorship program first. But it's deeply concerning to me. And I knew that the 8A program had changed, but I didn't know how bad it was and how much it's changed and how little support you guys get. So many of you contacted me to ask for help. And I could not help all of you. A lot of you could not afford to do the one-on-one services with an account manager in our company or in our firm. And so that can also be very expensive before you understand what you are needing to do. Some of you are in a place where you need a full-time staff person to just work on your contracts because you've already won a couple of million, so you can afford to have someone to just work on your business development, getting you access to contracting officers and marketing and focusing on winning contracts. Some of you can afford to have that right now. Some of you are just not there yet. So this mentorship program is designed to help you to understand what you need in order to be a success. So after teaching 8A specifically over at least 10 years, I realized that you guys are not getting any help, at least not the help that you need. Some of you are, but some of you are still not getting the big picture. You are getting very little to no guidance, most of you, from your BOS or your DO. So if you took training from me or the company, the federal buyer's training, that tells me that you're not getting what you need. Because if you were, you would not be out there looking for specific training like what we were offering. That's not to say that you shouldn't be looking for all different types of training consistently, because you should. But when you guys are writing me saying you don't understand or you need more help, that tells me you're not getting the guidance that you need, because otherwise you would be on to the next level of training. So what 8A firms are being told to do by others, including, some brief information from your BOS or the district office or the district director, it's not working anymore. It used to work, but it's old. And so you need to know where you have to spend your time to start winning contracts, because you run a business. You run a commercial side of your business, plus you're trying to be in the federal arena. So when you're receiving training, even the training that I gave you, it was cramming in too much at once. It's very overwhelming. It's a lot of information, and you need to be able to take that information and make it work for you. Sometimes that's hard to do when it's all being crammed in at once. Even when we're doing 1 and 2 day training, people are still implementing some but not implementing the rest, which does not create a system for winning. So what we know is that we needed to create a system with processes and procedures and guidance and coaching that actually helps you to not just win 1 contract or 2, but continue to win and continue to win after you graduate from the 8A program. So you guys, most of you right now, you're doing it the hard way. Most 8As, here's what you do. You wait for the BOS to tell you what to do, and that never happens, or you're in your 3rd, 4th year and nothing's happening. Or somebody tells you, get a list of the contracting officers because maybe you know how to market, and send out capability statements to hundreds of contracting officers in your arena. Or you go to all of these different events to network and pat a few contracting officers on the back because somebody told you that's what works. Now, that's not to say you could never get a contract by doing that, but that doesn't work anymore. Or you could wait by the phone. I've heard that. I've heard a BOS literally say that to someone, and I'll be honest with you. I had to stop that BOS because it was a meeting with one of our clients. I had to stop that BOS and say, that's not a system that works, waiting by the phone hoping that someone will call you. You have to know how to talk to your BOS. You have to know how to get the best out of them, because you do need them to do a few minor yet major things for you. So understanding how to work with your BOS, that's part of the process. Not a huge part of the process, believe it or not, but it is part of the process. And then attend a government or an 8A event here or there, or attend lots of them. That can be a waste of your time if it's not targeted. You have to know which event should I attend, and that's part of the system. When should I attend them, and how will I meet the contracting officers I need to meet when I go to these meetings? That's part of understanding the process and getting involved with the system and making it a part of the 8A activities that you do. So I realized the easiest way to help 8A firms win was to create a system that wins contracts. Everything that you do should only be about winning. It should not be haphazard. It should not be pieced together. It should be about winning. So I needed to create something that was consistent and focused on teaching 8A firms to win continuously, not just once or twice, but win continuously. That's the key. Again, you should be winning even after you graduate. There are so many firms that 24% that I talked about that's winning. There are so many firms that they actually are successful in the program because somebody just probably fed them contracts, which is rare, but there are BOSs and district directors that help some people, and some people don't get as much help. But that's not helping you when somebody's feeding you contracts and not telling you how to continue to get these contracts, even after you graduate. And that doesn't mean necessarily going to mentor another 8A so you can keep getting them. That's not working anymore. And it's not right. It doesn't teach you how to be a success in the federal market. And so I knew I needed to create something, and I did, me and my team. I created the 8A MasterMind Mentorship Program. 8A MasterMind, the Mentor Circle. And what does all of that mean? What does that entail? Well, that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. So you should know that this is a program only for 8A firms serious about winning. And that serious word, that serious term, I really mean that. You have to be serious about this. This is not something that you can do haphazardly. It is something that you have to look at the same way you looked at building your business. The reason you're in the 8A program, building your business. This is building another part of your business. You're building a market. This is very serious. Not that hard when you know what to do. And, you know, once the winning comes, you have to be ready, because it does start if you do the things that you should be doing. So our program, this mentorship program, the 8A MasterMind, is an efficient, cost-effective training and development 8A mentoring system. And it's a system that moves you from the haphazard arena of winning here or there, you know, maybe doing some things here or there. It moves you into an arena of winning contracts, and you continue to win even after you graduate. That's the key, is teaching you to fish, so that no matter whether you ever see me again or my team again, or you have no training or people disappear, you know what to do. You know how to keep it moving. So my goal is to help you understand what you need to do to start winning 8A contracts, period. What do you need to put in place? How do you need to position yourself? How do you need to think to start winning? Because your mindset is also part of you winning. The key is to learn how to be a success in the program and even after you continue to be an 8A company, or I should say after you graduate, is the point I'm trying to make. So the key is to be a success while you're in the program, but to continue the success even after you graduate from the program. And I know I've said that a couple of times. I've said that because it's important. You need to keep winning, because your small business status, believe it or not, is huge. Your 8A is a prime certification, yes it is, but it's to get you ready to be able to compete in the federal market. That's why they have these certifications, so that you can compete and get yourself ready and get the experience. It's to give you a leg up and to level the playing field. So once you get out of the 8A program, the idea is that you will still be a success because you'll know what to do. So how do you do it? You learn the game, and you keep winning. You can't hate the players. You know the old saying, don't hate the players, learn the game. And that is exactly how it is. And is there a game? Absolutely. Is there a strategy? Is there something you should know? Are people keeping secrets? Absolutely. So you need to learn what that game is and how to play. But let me just stop you right here and warn you about something. If you are not ready to commit to winning 8A contracts, you should leave this webinar right now. This is for people that are willing to do what they need to do to win, period. Your activities and how you handle things, your mindset, and you being ready to focus is the only way you're going to win. I could teach you everything you need to know step by step, which I will do as your mentor in the 8A Mastermind program, and none of it gets done because your focus is not there. If you're not ready, you need to leave the webinar right now, because this takes commitment. That's the first thing. Commitment and desire and belief that you can win your multi-millions in this program. So what makes this program different? There are a lot of things that make this program different. The first thing is that we're using coaching. We're putting all of these things together. It's an all-encompassing program. That's the difference. It's not piecemeal together. A lot of companies, the few that are out there that teach you guys and teach small businesses how to do federal training and federal marketing to win contracts, they don't give you the whole picture. This mentoring program, even though it's not the traditional mentor program, and by the way, that's not working anymore either. People, 8As are getting into this mentorship program through the SBA with some 8A firms that have graduated. That's not working either. And you know why? Because they're not your mentors, and this is not all mentors, not all 8A mentors, but they are not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves, and all they want to do is use you to use your 8A so that they can win more money. They too are not being creative. They have a small business status. They have performance. Most of them have been successful. Why do they need to mentor you to get contracts? Because they didn't learn how to do it on their own. If they learned how to do it on their own when they were successful in the 8A program, I guarantee you they wouldn't even be talking to you. There would be very few mentors. So not to get off track, but this is not a traditional mentoring program to where we say to you, okay, we're going to do everything for you. What we say to you is that we're going to walk with you. And we're going to keep you focused, we're going to give you guidance, but we combine the training and development and the ongoing support and the consistency. So in the Mentor Circle, the 8A Mastermind program, we focus on specific areas to help you start winning contracts for your firm. Number one, coaching. Everybody needs a coach. I don't care who you are. I need a coach. I have a coach. I need people around me that think like I do, bigger than I do, better than I do, to tell me the areas where I need to focus. Everybody needs a strategy. Your strategy and your 8A goals, I help you with your strategy, but your buyers, your federal buyers, where you spend your time, which agencies you're working with, you need a strategy. You have to know who your buyers are. That's the biggest mistake. Before you got into the 8A program, you should have known who your buyers were. Okay? 8A goals. You need 8A goals. Do you want to do 20 million, 5 million, 2 million? You need to think about that. And if you're going to do 20 million, are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you looking down the road? Do you have a vision? Step-by-step training. Of course we're going to do that. There are a lot of areas that we used to take for granted that you knew already. Most of you don't know how to get your requirement letters done. Most of you don't know what to say to your BOS. Most of you don't even know where to find the 8A opportunities. We have to train you on those things. And it is all encompassing. It's all part of this mentorship program. Bidding and marketing. We used to assume, I did too, that you guys knew how to bid, and most of you do. Some of you know a little bit, but a lot of you are not sure. You don't know how to find pricing history. You don't know how to talk to the contracting officers. You don't know what to expect. So we teach you that, because bidding is more important than you could ever imagine. I know you've been told that you don't really have to bid. They're called no-bid situations, and there are some for 8As, but not a lot. And I'll show you how I know that. Okay? But marketing. We teach you where you should spend your time marketing, and when to market, and who to market to, and how to market for results. Your BOS activities. We teach you how you should work with your BOS. I said that earlier. And your 8A activities. When I say 8A activities, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about your requirement letters, your search letters, what you should be doing as it relates to your 8A. I'm not talking compliance stuff because your BOS and your district office, they take care of that. As a matter of fact, that's all they take care of. I wish they would do more, but they don't. They don't focus on helping you win. What they focus on, you having your paperwork done. There are lots of other things you should be doing besides having your paperwork done. And we show you how to do that and what you should be doing step by step in this MasterMind program. So when we think about all of the things that are encompassing, there's one last thing that you have to think about, and that's accountability. So even when we're taking your coaching, your guidance, your strategy, your training, your bidding and marketing, all of your 8A activities, accountability brings it all together. That's the key to winning. That's how you win. That's when you will start to see contracts flowing into your business. So what's amazing about the 8A MasterMind program? If you follow this system, it will help you win contracts, 8A contracts, but other ones too. I have successful 8A clients that we work with right now. All of their contracts are not through 8A, and it's not realistic for you to think every one of your contracts is going to come through 8A. Some of them you're going to get, yes, because you are an 8A, but a lot of them could come from you just being a woman-owned business or a veteran-owned business or just a small business, period, or just disadvantaged, period. And if you're 8A, you're in the small disadvantaged category. The system will also tell you exactly what you should be doing to win. It'll show you a proven method for winning. And how can I give you a proven method for winning? Because I win contracts. The proven method is that Michelle wins. If she's your mentor and she's winning, then what does that do for you? She has the experience. She knows exactly what to do. I know, Michelle Brown, exactly what you need to do to start winning because I'm winning. I am already winning on my own. I'm winning to help clients. And why am I doing that? I do that so that I know for sure everything that I teach you is exactly what you need, and it's working. I don't like to teach things that I'm not sure if they're working. I know the old saying, those that can't do, they teach. I'm not one of those. I am a doer, I'm a winner, and I'm a teacher. I'm a mentor. I want to teach you how to do what is. If we keep winning like this, your money has to be ready. You need to be ready. Your staff needs to be ready. And so what am I going to Brown is a person that is not just mentoring you, guiding you, and coaching you, but I do everything that I teach you myself. That's how I know it works. So this will bring you consistent success, and that's the key. Reoccurring, consistent success. That's what you want. Everybody wants that in a business. And to have the government as a client, I don't care if they are, going through changes. Listen, we will always get different presidents, but the system is designed. Even if your commercial business is not doing it well, when you get into the federal system and you're winning, you are supposed to keep winning. It can take your business to an entirely different level, and then you can use what you've done in the federal market to help your commercial side if you want to. But the point is if you follow the system, you use the system, you win. So what would you do If you could get a $50,000 contract, what would it do for your business? Or $250,000 contract? How about $500,000? What about $1 million? What would it do for you? What would it do for your business? How would it change your life? What would you do, or what would you pay to get yourself in a position where you could win $250,000 contracts consistently, $500,000 contracts, $2 million, $1 million, it doesn't matter. But even a $50,000 contract could change where you are, could change your life. So you have to decide what you're willing to do or what you're willing to pay. And that doesn't mean that you have to do like some of our 8A clients and pay $2,000 a month or $1,500 a month. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what are you willing to do? And that commitment is everything. If you're not committed, you're not going to win. And if you do, you will not keep winning. Here is an official report from the federal government, and if you went to training, I showed you how to do this. But, I need to remind you that this is just last fiscal year between 2017 and 2018. We had 52,688 8A contracts. Now, I told you 24% of all the 8A firms in this country were winning. They're the ones that got this 52,000 contracts. So why do I show you this? I show you this to say that people are winning. 8A firms are winning. And not all of them are getting help from their BOS. They're not. I have some of those in my physical classes that tell me I got no help from the SBA. I got no help from my BOS. None. But these are the size contracts you want to win. Look at this. These are individual contracts, $397,000, $288,000. Even if it's just $252,000, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those a year, you're going to turn into a multi-million-dollar company. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to be one of those winners? And if you do, let's keep going. So I've done a lot of things right to actually win contracts. I really have. And I'm amazed at the fact that I teach these things and they actually work. But I've also done a lot of things wrong. And I've done a lot of things wrong because I have to realize that there are other things that I need to see through your eyes. I can't just keep thinking through my eyes because I have the knowledge. And some of those things are that I used to try to teach everything to you guys in 1 or 2 training sessions, 1 or 2 days even. But I discovered the hard way, it's impossible for you guys to learn everything within 1 or 2 training classes. It's just virtually impossible. So I'm going to tell you the 4 secrets to winning contracts, and then I'm going to stop this session. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to walk through all of these secrets that I want to talk to you about. So the 4 secrets to winning 8A contracts. Let me just tell you briefly before we end this session what they are. The 4 secrets are: 1, learning how to use your certifications, finding your buyers, the research. You got to do the research. That's secret number 1. And I teach you how to go back and do that very quickly. You don't have to be stuck for such a long time. It seems overwhelming, but it is enlightening and exhilarating to learn and know exactly who your buyers are. That's very important. 2, learning how to leverage your 8A certification. Number 3, knowing what 8A activities you must do on a consistent basis. And I showed you that in the chart with all of the encompassing areas that we focus on in this 8A mentorship program. And then number 4, mentoring, coaching, and guidance. That's what you need in a nutshell. And if we're doing all 4 of those things in one program, then that's amazing. That is totally amazing because that's the system you need to keep it moving. When we come back, we will talk about secret number 1, the things you need to do, and how to get started. So I'm going to leave it here. We're going to take a break, and then we will come back.